Hey there everyone, Leprechaun here. Today it's update 58 here in the forest. So we've got some stuff to go over. Alright, so the first couple of things that they've made changes to are icons and the construction AI, the UI, the user interface that you look at. They've made it 3D, where it's kind of pops up and you can see it a lot better, I suppose. And it's just actually a lot prettier than it was before. So I actually like that one quite a bit. Um, Also, the home icons they've changed as well. Also for the tree houses and such. Right, and of course, as I said earlier, the construction user interface got changed as well. So let's go try to drop off, I don't know, a small garden. As you can see, the rotation symbol has changed, as well as the placement symbol. So those are some nice, cute little finishes that they've made. I gotta say, I like it quite a bit. Nice little changes like that they've been making. Right, on to the next thing. Most of the stuff that they've dropped in this update is all visual stuff. So just a heads up for you guys if you guys are excited about any new features. Not too much in the way of new stuff. More tweaks, bug fixes, and visual fixes, I suppose. Lots of interesting stuff like that. Right, well, the next thing they've done is they've essentially added a new boar. They've done away with the old structuring of the boar, and we're going to go take a look at what the new boar looks like real quick. Alright, and here we go. So this is what the new boar looks like. In the notes, they said that they added a textured look to it. So that, as you can see, they've kind of got a nice fur look to it going on. We'll look a little bit closer at it. And it looks a lot smoother than it did before, but not too terribly much of a change. Just enough to, update the game to its full potential, where it's supposed to be. My favourite thing about this update is particularly the user interface change that they've made, not necessarily the boar here. Right, well, similarly to the boar, not quite exactly, they've also changed the way that turtle mechanics are. So, as you all know, you have to have turtle shells for when you're making water collectors. So, what they've changed is when you kill a turtle. Oh, I missed that one for some reason. Right, we'll wait for him to come out of his shell. Oh gosh, come on, I hit him square in the head. Well, they can be a bit tough to hit in the head sometimes. But anyways, there we go. When you skin them, like other animals, it gives you the meat first, and then sees if you want to take the shell. Well, these aren't the type of turtles you can take their shells for the water collectors. You have to get over there by the shipping containers and get sea turtles to get their shells. But anyways, that's what they've changed, is you get the meat first and then they drop the shell, rather than the other way around, which it used to be before this update. I know, big things, but hey, you know what? If I'm making a video of all the stuff that's changing in the updates, might as well mention the little things too. Alright, well, with that being said, I would have to say arguably the biggest thing that they've changed in this update, besides the graphics user interface, is the stealth mode. They've made it much easier to use and much more obvious. Right, so down there in the bottom screen, once you start crouching, you'll see an eye symbol. Now, how much it's filled up is based on how easily visible you are. For example, let's go over here in the shadow, where it's a bit darker. And as you can see, once I go over here, it'll start to diminish the more I'm in the dark or in the shadow. Alternatively, when you actually hop inside a bush, say, let's see if we can find a bush around here, it will actually help out quite a bit. So if you're in and around vegetation quite a bit more, it will essentially cause you to hide quite a bit better, as you can see. I know it's not a very good example of hiding, but those additions to the stealth feature, that makes a big difference. Knowing how easily you can be seen by the cannibals. Thank you, developers. It was nice to know that, because honestly, sometimes I wouldn't even care if I got seen by the bloody cannibals. I'd just kill them all. But with the addition of the more difficult difficulties, it's nice to know. Especially for you guys who play single player like me. Right. Anyways, on with the next. On the same note, with the stealth feature, if you're holding up your lighter trying to look for something, or you got your torch out, your flashlight, it makes you really easy to be seen by them. and they essentially can pick that out very far away. So you got to be careful when using light sources around cannibals from now on. Also, they've added an animation where you will be able to see when they see you, because they'll essentially be freaking out and pointing, hey, hey, mom, look, over there, there's light over there, let's go get that. So, at least they've added that to know when you're being dumb, flashing your light around when the cannibals are looking for you. So don't be that guy that gets eaten because you had your flashlight out. It's never a good day. Anyways, they've also reduced the amount of hits that it takes to knock down maple trees. Now, maple trees are the smaller trees that you see in the forest here. The pine trees are the obvious, really tall ones and the straight ones. These are the maple trees. You can tell by, well, just that they're smaller. And you can actually also tell by their leaves if you have the high enough quality up. But it takes a lot less to chop these down now. Obviously, because they're smaller, rather than the big pine trees. So it's nice that they've added that amount of realism. And also, on the note of trees, they've also synced up how many hits it takes to knock down trees in single player as well as multiplayer. They were having an issue with that. Right, so some important stuff there, I suppose, if you know. But anyways, the next thing is, well, we've already gone over the turtle meat. You guys already know about that, so we don't need to talk about that. Alright, so some of this stuff has to do with multiplayer coming out. I'll just warn you guys. If you guys play single player, disregard this stuff. But anyways, if you got a bench set up and you and your mate want to sit down, it used to be that the players would collide with each other when you were looking at the bench, and it didn't look very good. Well, they fixed that. You no longer are going to intersect with each other when you're sitting on benches or chairs. And of course, there's also added a limit to that, where there will only be allowed 2 people on a bench or a chair at one time. So for those of you guys who like to have parties on chairs or benches, you're going to have to add a few more this time. Sorry guys. Alright, the next thing is on the benches and chairs, once you sit down, they've actually added an animation where you can actually see your bud looking around at you. So if you got a peeper, you can see he's peeping at you from his chair, I suppose. Just an added layer of realism. That seems to be what the going trend for all these updates have been so far, is more realism and shinier stuff, which is nice, because that's the point of, I think they're in the end game of development where they're just going to be polishing things from now on. But that's alright, because they've already pretty much added what they said they were gonna add. And for a $15 game, it's a cheap, good game. They've added a lot of content for that much money. So I'm not gonna complain at all that the kind of seems like they're winding down. But what do I know? I'm just a guy who enjoys playing this game. Anyways, also in addition to some of the tweaks they've added is weapons are put away whenever you actually sit down on benches that we've been talking about. So there's no more, having your weapon stick out when you're trying to sit down with your mate and having a nice peaceful chat, rather than trying to slash them apart. I know none of you guys like to do that, but I'm sure some of you guys do, especially when you're really mad at your mate. But hey, that's neither here nor there. For those of you guys who like to climb Mount Everest just by spamming that jump button, you can no longer do that up cliffs. I remember being able to do it just up this. And I don't know if you can hear me spamming my space button, but it essentially just kicks you off the cliff when you try to spam. Even when going backwards, it has like a push away feature now. I don't like that at all, because I miss being able to just spam the space button up a mountain rather than walk all the way around. I know some of you guys will be sympathizing with me on that one. But anyways, they've changed that. Boo-hoo, bad developers. Anyways, also, sometimes whenever enemies are killed, they lose their texture. Like if you set a cannibal on fire, and then you stab him, and he falls down, he will lose that burnt texture. Well, no longer. I know in update 56, I believe, they said that they fixed this, but as you guys know, they've added some stuff that hasn't properly been fixed. Right here, on the stealth, as you can see, I'm hiding in this cute little bush here, and it says that I'm actually pretty well hidden. The only reason I'm not is because of the sun, obviously, but hey, stands to reason. You've got your leaf armor on, you could probably hide really well from the cannibals. So that's actually nice. I'm glad that they've reworked the stealth features in this game. Sorry, we already talked about that, so I'll keep going. I'll stop stop jabbering on, guys. Anyways, for those of you guys who like to go boating out on the open ocean, they've actually added foam and ripple effect. Well, they've already had the ripple effect. I don't know why I wrote that there. But anyways, the foam particles, as well as, splash. That's the word I was looking for. Splash particles. For those of you guys who like a nice finished product when you're out swimming around. Ooh, got a nice bit of cannibals here. Let's see if we can agitate some of them. I'm sure we can. Also, I know some of you guys have been having an issue whenever you've been getting locked when grabbing meat and moving a log sled. So if you're trying to feed yourself while doing some hard work, you'll get rewarded with not being able to move your character, and essentially you got to reload the bloody game. And nobody likes that, so they fixed that. But that just goes to reason, you know, don't grab your meat when you're working hard. It's never a good idea. Just don't grab your meat. Anyways, let's go ahead and take out some of these scary cannibals. Big gravy. I do not remember them being this difficult to kill. That's right, they're the cross ones. That's right, run away, little chickens. I'm a scary guy that slashes and stabs people. Anyways, without that interruption done, also the rest of this stuff is kind of minor fixes. You know, if you're not wanting to hear it, just skip through it. But anyways, I'll just go through it really quickly. They've fixed caged rabbits doing synchronized animations when they're captured in cages. They'd be like a team of rabbits running around in circles and such. They fixed that. Also, they fixed holders, sometimes leaving icons even when they're destroyed, i.e. your log sleds. If they were to break somehow, or stick holders or rock holders, sorry, I'm not talking about log sleds, they would lose their icon. They would not lose their icon, and they would stay on. Man, I gotta get my words straight. Sorry, guys. Anyways, also they've added 3 hairstyle variations for the main playable character in multiplayer, so that way you can have nice, fresh hairstyles for you guys, for you fashionistas out there that like to be up and running. And then the rest of these last fixes are all audio fixes as far as sound quality goes. Mainly being they've helped the surround sound a lot more surroundery. I don't know. I made that word up, so I can pronounce it however I want. But yeah, they fixed that. And then also, mainly the rest of the fixes are all impact sounds from the arrow. So whenever you shoot something, it makes a nice, more crisp noise, particularly when you hit the ground. I guess it sounds like it hits ground. Or when you hit creatures. If you can actually hit creatures. We'll go shoot this cannibal that we've killed already. So it makes a nice sticky in sound. And then also when you shoot wood. There. Makes a nice little wood hitting noise, I suppose. If you're into noises, everybody likes nice noises. And then also, finally, they've added a nice new drop particle effect in the caves as well as when it's raining, making everything look better with water. Right, so that's it for this update, guys. I know it's nothing interesting, but for those of you guys who like to keep up and running with all of the updates, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for next time they make an update in this game. I hope to see you guys on here. Cheers, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Take it easy, guys.